A few days back, I made a video about Nepal and how it was having this big revolution. It's a big protest going on. They were burning buildings and marching in the streets, doing all this crazy stuff. And if you don't want to see what's going on there, you want to see what happened, you can check out this video. And We Hate the Cold, that's the name of the channel. The side of Nepal the media won't show you. Has 21 million views. And I was very impressed by this video and the fact that it was being documented. It was outstanding. I was super impressed. I was overwhelmed by the wildness of what the video was showing. I was very impressed by it. It was psychotic. So I was curious what was going to happen next, because I had been seeing videos and photos float around that were just literally crazy. Like this image, this is from Nepal. That's the Straw Hat Black. That's Monkey D. Luffy. He's made a rubber out that happened. Yo ho ho, he took a bite of gum gum. So a lot of stuff was happening. Turns out, the greatest thing ever. You read the title correctly. The first female prime minister was elected through Nepal Gen Z Discord. Who would have thought the revolution wouldn't be televised, but live streaming 1080p on Discord with emojis flying and usernames like Yeti Slayer 420 and Karki FTW leading the charge. That's a generation raised on TikTok edits and multiplayer lobbies. They'd rise up and throw bricks at glass. Not only to do that, but to elect a prime minister, not just any prime minister, Shashila Karki. You probably don't know who Shashila Karki is. It's real specific. She is the only anti-corrupt person in Nepal, essentially. She's the first female prime minister. She's basically temporary. She was summoned into power not by kings or bureaucrats, but by a swarm of teenagers. This isn't just a win for the youth. It is a slap in the face of every dusty, brittle old man in a stiff chair who thought they could control the narrative forever. They tried to ban TikTok, Facebook, LinkedIn. That LinkedIn was the last straw. They tried to ban LinkedIn. They said, I'll go to war for LinkedIn. I'll go to war for LinkedIn. Oh my God. And in return, the kids weaponized Discord. Using Discord because the leader of the Nepal army, if you don't know about the Nepal army, if you don't know about Nepal, India has tried to take it over. Great Britain has tried to take it over. China has tried to take over Nepal. Nepal is not that big. They have all failed. Every single time. They have failed every time because of the Nepal army. It is one of the most liked armies in the world. Essentially, it's one of the most liked armies in the world because they have such a powerful military that cares about the civil justice in the country. It is amazing. And it wasn't with bribes or bloody coups. It was with pigs. Just pigs. And they were talking in the Discord, talking about who would be the best choice. They did Discord polls. You can join the Discord. You can join the Discord. The country shook. Literally and figuratively. As students and outcasts and exhausted dreamers filled the streets with noise and the servers with purpose, they marched and coded and voted and screamed until the very structure of power had no choice but to blink. The old prime minister, he left the country. He fell. He fell like a paper effigy in a monsoon. He fell. And from the chaos rose Shashila. Oh my God, a name whispered first in chat rooms, but now it's echoed in parliament. And she took it too. She said, I guess I'll do it. The young people want me. I'll pop up. I'll pop in. And they're talking. This is the best news I've ever heard. I know things are sad right now with all the radicalization, all the horrors, the protests, and people are scared right now. But a revolution worked. Not with peaceful protest or not. It worked. This is a rebirth. This is like a spiritual jailbreak, a full throttle rejection that power only lives in temples and marble buildings. For the first time, a woman, a former Chief Justice, rose not because she went through the lobbying and all this garbage. No, the young, furious, hopeful people dragged the door off his hinges and threw it into the sea. Literally, that's exactly what they did. That is literally what they did. They went nuts. They went sicko mode. The military calmed everybody down. Calmed down Gen Z. The military said, all right, guys, we're not going to do anything crazy. We're just going to talk. Because this all started because of Nepo babies. The rich, powerful Nepo babies got really excitable And then the Nepal people, the Gen Z said, I'm sick of the Nepo babies. And then the Nepal government said, you can't talk mess about Nepo babies. So they tried to ban the media. And then Gen Z said, no, we're going to strike and fight back. So they did strike and fight back. I said, oh, okay. They about to battle. The Prime Minister fled. Because 19 students were boomed by the police there. You can't fake this kind of passion. You can't choreograph it. This wasn't politics as usual. This was politics as uprising, as poetry, as protest painted with heart emojis and bootleg live streams. People doing selfies in front of burning buildings. This was what democracy looks like when you take the rust off of it. When you stop pretending suits make people smarter or older means wiser. When you let the people, the raw, unfiltered, meme-laced, protest marching people take the wheel. Oh, the establishment is terrified. Because if it happened once in Nepal, it can happen anywhere. If a prime minister can be voted in through Discord, what can't Gen Z do? What else can they break? What other systems built on arrogance and ancient rules can they bend into something else? This is not some glitch in the system. What did Todd Howard say? It's a feature. Yeah, it's a feature. This is the future unrolling itself like a flag made of noise. Oh, it's so good. This was not chaos. It was not chaos. This was organized fury, strategic spontaneity. The protesters knew what they were doing. They know that if you shout long enough, the mountain listens. And they did it all without a cent of campaign money. There was no corporate backers, no polished ads. Just fight. Just fight. No think tanks, no talking heads, just kids with a cause and the ability to click vote on Discord. That's what happened. It's beautiful because it's impossible. And it happened anyway. A woman long overlooked rising through the smoke and hashtags in history to take her place not just as a leader, but as a symbol. Not just for Nepal, but for everyone who's ever been told to wait their turn. She didn't wait, they didn't wait, and now the world watches in awe. You should use this. This is so important. This isn't the end of the story. This is the prologue. This is the beta test. The moment Gen Z proved that the tools meant to distract them could become the weapons that liberated them. This is proof that even a country stitched with tradition can tremble when its future speaks. Not softly, but through speakers and shouts and status updates, and it was through Discord. This is beyond symbolic. This is beyond. This wasn't just about Mrs. Karki. This was about a world realizing that democracy doesn't need suits and ceremony. Sometimes it just needs a protest, a purpose, and a server full of kids who refuse to log out until they're heard. This is what I've always wanted. Always. I mean this. This is what I've always wanted. I've wanted something like this to happen somewhere in the world to prove that it's possible. And it worked. Prime Minister fled with numbers. Do you remember that scene in Bug's Life where they said, if one of them stands up, they all stand up, and they outnumber us 100 to 1. You do. You do. So happy. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Let's see what happens next. I'm optimistic now, just waiting to see what happens next.
I'm your nigga night, be my loyalties low. Ooh, happy to try what you need. Your world, I love to live in it. Ooh, I love the ride when you're free.